Hello everyone, I'm Shiro, and on Wednesday I got to go to the free screening, the free premiere of Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F up in London. And it was a kind of a free event put on by Manga UK and MCM Comic Con, mainly for the fans, mainly for people who've been wanting a Dragon Ball film to come out in the UK for so long, and this was the premiere. They are originally releasing it on the 30th of September. The 30th of September. I'm going to keep that in. Fuck it. But they decided, because of the amount of fans that requested it, they were going to do an early release, which would be the official premiere. And I managed to go to that with a friend of mine. And this video is pretty much going to be my thoughts about it, my review, and what I kind of hope for the future of Dragon Ball, whether new movies come here or whatnot. And just in general, capping over what I did, what I thought, what I liked, what I disliked, and just going from there. So I managed to film a little bit of the venue. Obviously I couldn't film the movie, so there will be little clips here and there, but I'm going to see if I can splice in some things from Super and maybe get a few clips from the movie here and there, but it's not going to be too much because copyright. But yeah, enjoy.
First off, I want to thank Manga UK for being so awesome in arranging the event, because it was really cool. We got to go to this fancy looking cafe and sat in comfy ass couches on the upper floor. There were loads of different photo opportunities and stuff where people were getting photos of guests and putting them on the Twitter feed, and I kinda wish I stopped and got a photo just because it would give me something to put up in the video right now. But I decided to skip that and get ahead of the line so I could actually just get the best seat, which worked really well actually. I ended up right in the middle of the theatre and had a perfect view of the screen. I got some footage of the venue, as you can probably see right now. There were screens everywhere. Normally they'd be showing adverts for different films and stuff, but they were all showing the same thing, and they were all saying Dragon Ball, Resurrection F, fan screening, and stuff like that. And it was really cool to see so much effort put into the event, and it was free. The tickets were completely free. Manga UK made no money from the guests, and yet they still put such an awesome event on for us fans to enjoy, and I was so lucky to manage to get to go. I went with a friend of mine, and both of us are 20, and we were pretty much the youngest people there. It kind of shocked me, to be honest, and made me a little bit sad to think that people my age are pretty much the last generation to watch and enjoy DBZ from childhood. The series is over 30 years old, and it was originally aimed at teens. That means that the original fans of the series are now nearing their 50s. Most of the people there were in their late 20s to mid 30s range, and some of them actually brought their kids along. One of them was dressed as Naruto for some reason. But it was cool to see all these people join together from different age ranges and different backgrounds and get involved and excited over the same thing, an anime from our childhood. And it made me realize how much an effect DBZ has had on so many people. It's been going around now for so long that now, after 20 years since the anime actually ended, there's a new generation of fans going to see the new films. And it's the mark of a great franchise that manages to bring all these people together. When we actually got to the screen and sat down, two representatives came out and started announcing a little competition for the best cosplayers. There was a group of 4 people from some Facebook group, which I really can't remember the name of, sorry. They were really great, and if I find the name, if I can remember it or find it out, then I'll link it below. But they were dressed as Bulma, Vegeta, Master Roshi, and Android 18, and they looked brilliant. There were some really cool photos of them, which I'll try and get a hold of from the Twitter feed. But if you follow Manga UK on Twitter, you've probably already seen them. There was also a quiz, which I was super tempted to take part in, but I decided against it because I thought that the prize would probably be kind of crappy because all the cosplayers got was posters. So I didn't join in. But they asked 3 questions. The first 2 were really easy. The first was what planet Goku learned instant transmission on. The answer being Yardrat. I got that straight away. The second was what the last wish was in the Cell Saga. The answer being that Krillin wished to remove the bombs from the androids, which again got straight away. The last question was actually pretty hard. It was, how long does a minute of normal time last in the hyperbolic time chamber? Now that actually revolves around using maths to work it out, which would be that there are about 365 minutes in the chamber for every minute in the real world. So the answer would be about 6 hours, which literally no one in the room got, because no one was going to be able to do maths that quickly, and they eventually gave up on that one and realized that no one was going to get it. So they just gave the prize to the guy who got the other two right, the fastest. Everyone got them right. But there was me thinking it was just going to be a crappy poster, but it was the entire box set of every episode of the original anime of DBZ. All 9 seasons of the show, from start to finish, and I was so jealous. It doesn't really matter. Like, I went on Twitter afterwards and commented on how good the film was, and I mean, Manga UK themselves personally called me a Super Saiyan. And that made the 14-year-old past me very, very, very happy. I think I fanboyed a little bit inside there. But now onto the movie itself. It was absolutely fantastic. In my opinion, it was much, much, much better than Battle of Gods, which I personally feel focused too much on plot and comedy and not enough on the fight itself. Fair enough, there hadn't been any canon Dragon Ball stuff for 18 years at the time, and so plot was kind of needed. But still, people watch DBZ for the kick-ass fights, not the conversations, and Resurrection of F definitely delivered on the kick-ass front. The whole film is pretty much fighting, but with dialogue, plot, and comedy cleverly placed throughout so that you never feel a gap in the action. It's very, very streamlined and pleasant to watch. And I just want to say, we saw the subbed version, not the dubbed, which I still haven't seen. And the Japanese actors blew it out of the fucking park. They did an amazing job as the characters and delivered their lines flawlessly. I'm a big, big fan of the dub, but I feel it's going to be a very, very hard act to follow after seeing the subbed version. The animation was very, very clear and precise, and seeing it on the big screen looked amazing. The film used quite a lot of CGI, the same kind seen in Battle of Gods during the fight between Goku and Beerus, which I didn't like too much. I felt as though it kind of took me out of the immersion a little bit, since it was pretty easy to notice when it changed from actual animation to CG. But the CG was very well done, and it wasn't as bad as they are in, say, a normal anime, but I think that pretty much just comes down to personal taste. I don't like CG that much, so that's all that really is. The story takes place about a year after Battle of Gods, but aside from seeing Frieza be revived, you don't really get any other kind of plot devices and background to the story. There's no real elaboration there. It just jumps straight into the action, which is fantastic. You get little bits of the story and plot throughout the film, but it never takes anything away from the fight scenes. I feel as though they try to shorten the plot and dialogue scenes as to keep some material unspoiled for when they eventually turn it into Dragon Ball Super. The movie seemed fairly short because of this, and I'm sure that the anime adaptation will be much more spread out and elaborated upon, which I hope will be a good thing. I hope it just doesn't get really tedious and you spend 20 years following Frieza's soldiers around looking for their Dragon Balls, because oh my god, I would kill myself. I won't say too much more about the film because the official UK release hasn't actually happened yet. I don't want to spoil anything. But to wrap it up, the film was brilliant. Tons of classic DBZ action and comedy thrown together with great acting, great animation. All that plus the fact that it was a great event hosted by Manga UK that was free and brought all sorts of fans together laughing and cheering at the same moments. Made for an absolutely mind-blowingly great experience that I thoroughly enjoyed. The film gets a 10 out of 10 from me, and I recommend everyone, whether you're a DBZ fan or not, to go and see it. And if you're not a DBZ fan, you should be. Go and watch and get into DBZ because it's fantastic. It's one of my favourite franchises of anything ever. So, there you go.
Right then, so that was my review and thoughts on Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. I'm going to leave it there because my left arm is going numb, so I'm sorry for the shaky camera. It's just my phone. I'm just holding my phone straight out in front of me with my left arm, and it is starting to hurt. But yeah, I've been Shiro. If you liked this video, leave a like somewhere down here. And also subscribe somewhere down here if you want more. And my phone is going crazy. But yeah, like I said, I've been Shiro. Thank you very, very much for watching. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye.
Straight away, get the ball as it drops. Throw it. Miss because I'm a fucking scrub.